Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Thank you very much for joining me. It's unusual, but it's taken several takes to get this video done, and this is like, this is feeling energetically within alignment of actually getting done this time. So, in this idea of this video is being energetically representative to be able to integrate as a whole holistic being, and what I feel that means to me and what I've heard from others. And then as a hopscotch from there, being able to have first contact with other holistic entities, but first being able to integrate yourself. And the idea of integration is contacting all levels of your consciousness. And this is the primary idea in this time of reawakening, is recontacting all aspects of your consciousness. So you have the ego level, and now you're a fourth density being instead of a third density being. And how you've integrated yourself as a being is that on the fifth density level, there is an energetic representation of you called the higher self, and it isn't stuck in time, it is loose in space. So it's on the mountaintop. It can see an overview. It can see if you're going through the valley, and if you make this fork down the road, that if you don't go this way, that the bridge is out on this other fork, and you'll have to backtrack and go this way anyway. And this is represented as usually that little nudge, and it's not audible as of yet. And well, some people can hear or more viscerally feel these things because they're building an energetic gateway between these ideas. And then on a higher level than the higher self is your soul level, as a unique individuated soul and spirit. And then up to the oversoul. But ideally, you would be integrating from a sixth density, your soul level, fifth density from a higher self, and fourth density, where you're really residing now, and you're still projecting an idea most of the time of a third density experience in space and time, which is extraordinarily flexible and malleable now. And there's many energetic ideas within this, and primarily this one that has a lot of controversy around it, and I can even feel the energy pushing on me at this point from different types of entities. And some people have really latched on to this idea and really listened to it, and others have really lashed out at it and are not really processing it on the level to be able to be the idea of a whole holistic being. And this is the idea of non-circumvention of another individuated soul's free will. And this is an idea of a type 1 entity not actually trespassing on anybody else's free will. And this is a very can be convoluted idea because it has ideas within a collective consciousness and collective agreements. And a prime example of this is the Bashar video that's out that actually has Bashar and Darryl Anka, and they're saying, hey, by copywriting and by pirating and posting these types of things, when we're saying that we don't wish you to do that, and there's good reasons for that, that you're tainting the energy of them, and even though they are a benefit to other entities, they are breaching that same agreement to be able to have that information, and they're now not within the energetic eddy of the idea of being a whole holistic being. And it's because you are within your free will circumventing the desire of another entity. It doesn't matter if you think that copyrights, for instance, or if the information is over and above this type of idea, or that they have enough money, or that money should be free. It's not in the spirit of any of these ideas. It's in the spirit of the idea of what the other entity wants, and feeling viscerally what that actually is. So I went in and did a shitload of housekeeping. I deleted everything. I even was in communication with Bashar Communications and said, here's the 3 that I know that I bought and I have, but I can't find the emails for those. I just want to verify the ones that I have are the right ones that that I've purchased. And they replied back, and they were very nice. And I said, this is why I'm doing this. Is I do believe that what Bashar is saying, and what he was saying effectively, is that if you're not within the energetic eddy of non-circumvention for other entities' free wills, you are not of the idea of contacting your whole holistic consciousness, and you're definitely not within the energetic entity of being a whole holistic being that could have first contact with others. And we are within the span, and we are within the splitting prism. This is the later half of 2015. So, it was described as, walking and then walking fast and then running very slow and then jogging and jogging fast. So we're in the time, if I'm guessing correctly, we're in the jogging or pre-jogging stage. So getting from one parallel reality to the next, it's going to be extraordinarily even more difficult as time goes on. So this is part of the prism. If you're not recognizing that when somebody is saying, hey, this is something that I don't wish you to do, and you still do it, then you're not energetically a representative of going down the parallel reality path that would be commensurate for integration as a whole holistic being and then into first contact. And that's fine. Not everybody's going to go into those ideas. And, I've heard some people say, why does Bashar need money? You need to listen to the video and just listen viscerally and hear, that by doing this, you're circumventing another entity's free will, and a whole holistic being would never do that. And by doing that, you're not going to be able to integrate all of the aspects of your consciousness and go into this idea in this part of the span. Now, it doesn't mean that you might not have first contact in the future, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have first contact in the first part of this idea and very, very early years to come, to be those to be helpful to others that will be going through this process and change in 2016 and 2017. And that's perfectly fine either way, whichever you're choosing. But step back and see where you're coming from is basically what I'm saying. And it is the idea of contacting all aspects of your consciousness, and it's just honoring the agreements you have. It is a collective agreement for this idea of copyright. So just stepping back and examining those belief systems, and if you're within the belief system that you think that it all should be free, then if you're going to work, or if you have any types of services or any types of ideas that you believe or feel that you need to get paid for, or if you're an artist or any number of these ideas, why do you believe that they should do things for free? Because this information is useful for you. You're paying for their time, for the service. You have easy and the same access to all this information and to contact Bashar or the YahYel or any number of civilizations. You're using Darryl, Anka, and Bashar Communications as a facilitator, and it's any number of ideas. I know it's the same. I had a whole bunch of music, and I deleted all that. I deleted it months ago. But I had a few other things in there that I wasn't sure of, so I kind of wiped everything. I wiped everything. And I have a whole bunch of my CDs and stuff from days of old, and I'm pulling those in and uploading them to the cloud now, because I'm planning some things in the future to be a lot more mobile, and I know that I bought that at one point in time, or at least I own it. At some point in time, I physically have it, so I deserve to actually be able to listen to that. Somebody bought it at some point in time; it physically exists, and so I wiped all my music in that idea, and energetically, it much feels different. I've been doing a lot of adjusting, and I don't know. It's you're unconditionally loved either way. It's whatever idea you want to explore in this lifetime, but you need to step back and just think and examine if you're thinking that, you need just to re-listen to Bashar's video a few times and just step back and think and listen and feel what's being represented. Why, do you think Darryl, Anka could coerce Bashar into presenting this type of information? Or do you think it's a genuine snippet of information to give you the choice of which branch of these parallel realities you wish to experience? And that's basically it. And either way is perfectly fine, whichever direction. And it is, as with all ideas, different explorations from different entities going different directions. So this is my excitement and expression, and the energy has changed, and a whole bunch of different opportunities have opened up, and a lot more money just came in when I did that. So I don't really see that as a random occurrence, since you are making all your parallel realities, and my subscription rate on my YouTube channel has gone up substantially, and views have gone up substantially. Just they all coincided with each other. So I think I'm energetically more commensurate with a lot of the people that are looking for this type of information, since I'm more within the idea of this type of information and of a type 1 entity. So that's just some personal feedback. I think, there's a lot of adjustments during this time and just some self-examination and stepping back. And if you're finding yourself angry, or if you say, hey, why would that be doing? Anytime you're angry, anytime something like that comes up, even in base psychology, if anything is coming up, or if you're angry, or something is pissing you off, or just making you step back, it is a pushback from your subconscious. It is subconscious belief that's pushing back. So maybe some threshold of believability, or any number of ideas to grind down what's going on. Because if you're instantly just pushing back on those types of ideas and not doing some self-examination, there's something in the way. And that's what we were doing in this lifetime anyway, is resolving all other lifetimes and all these types of ideas. So a little self-examination might not be a bad thing either. In the idea of just not circumventing, you have artists that have done great work, and different types of ideas, and the ability to perpetuate their career and move forward, and any type of idea is honoring that, and that you should pay for it, or you should go to the movies and watch it. If you have a favorite movie or something like this, instead of downloading it and watching it, or getting a theater version from somebody doing a webcam, or any number of these ideas. And I've been guilty of this, trust me. I'm a tech guy, so I know how to get anything. I can get anything and everything. I could have 50,000 hard drives here and have everything that exists on the internet as such, as far as, CD, music or movies or anything that exists on the internet. It's just that easy. It's not a difficult thing to do. But it's not within the idea of making first contact with your own consciousness and with others. And that's my idea, and that's the way I see it, and that's the feedback I've been getting. And I find that artists really do latch on to this idea, because they have firsthand experience of these types of things. So thank you very much for joining me and listening to me rant and rave for a while. And whether you agree or disagree, feel free to comment, and because all ideas and all points of view are sacred. So it should be a discussion whether you like or dislike this. And please do like, subscribe, and share. And down below in the description, there's tons of stuff going on. There's all kinds of different things. And I update them constantly, so there's always different ideas down in there. And I'm coaching life, business, and spiritual. And that information is also down in the description. So thank you very much for joining me and listening and watching, and you have a fantastic day.